Hey guys, welcome. This is Married to Medicine, Season 8, Jekyll Island Part 2. And, unfortunately, this is the season finale. It came about kind of fast. I don't know if y'all been noticing that. I don't know if it might be because of COVID, because, they really couldn't shoot like they wanted to, and probably had to shut down a little early. But, hopefully we get a little light out of this episode. If not, then we get to the reunion and hopefully we can, really shed or really close some of these doors that some of these girls opened up this season, regarding to Anila, Toya Heavenly, Toya Quad, and Simone, Jackie, and Contessa and Scott. So let's get into this part 2, Jekyll Island, season finale, Married to Medicine. I know they ain't out here doing this. So it's 11:30 in the morning. Neela come down, bubbly, sunny. Hey girls, talking to Quad and Heavily sitting at the bar. Look, drinks on me today. Guess who room she's charging it to? Not hers, but to Lisa Nicole's. Cause she like, bitch, I don't know who stole my $400. I'm assuming it was Lisa, and I'm gonna get my monies back. Hey, no matter what. So they done poured up a bottle, $600 worth or so, or $300 worth. I don't know. Well, then they all took a bottle home. So, bitch, no, was it $350 each or something like that, or $100 each? So that was three. Hey, I just reading the dang thing. It said $300. Lisa Nicole, check your pockets. And then Lisa Nicole was sitting there in Toya room talking about the view and talking about Anila. Ain't that something? Okay, so the girls are going to take a tour around the Jekyll Island, and then they're gonna go shrimp boating. And while they're on their way, Contessa just talked to Heavenly. They actually all took separate cars, and she's just trying to mention, the men are coming, the husbands or whatnot, and she's just a little nervous because she done told all the ladies about her problems with Scott. So she's like, he don't really know he about to walk into the lion's den, honestly, because the heat is on, and you know what I'm saying, the light is over you, Scott. Once you walk in that door, all the women gonna be looking like, do we see the cheat on his face or what? Can we smell the cheat around here? Yeah. So good luck, Scott, when you get here. Oh, and just a little side note, they're actually doing this separately. So Dr. Jackie, Anila, and Dr. Simone are all doing the tour of the island, while Contessa, Heavenly, Toya, and Carrie, and Lisa Nicole are all on the shrimp boat. And then Quad stayed behind because Honey said, she was had a date with the throne. You know what I'm saying? That porcelain throne. She must have ate something that messed up her stomach, so she's sitting behind. Nothing really major is happening on the trip. Simone and Jackie, still working on their friendship. They getting friendly. They roll around the grass. Anila just mentions how she hasn't been talking to Toya since she's been there, which has only been, I think, a day. On the boat, the girls are catching some things, you know what I'm saying? They're just joking, having a good time. And Carrie, goes to pull out her little swimsuit to show Dr. Heavenly, says something about this is a Union flag or whatnot. Because, they was making fun of her little flag bathing suit, like, a few nights ago when they went swimming? I don't know. Nothing much at all. So we'll keep watching to see where it goes. Maybe we're going to get to something in a minute. Okay, right. So all that boring stuff in the beginning was just going to get better as we get going because the husband have arrived, right? And so far it's just Scott, Curtis, and Cecil. Behind Scott's back, Cecil and Simone done said, hey, I need you to convince Scott to come on to this trip. Get him, pack his bags, you and Curtis, get him in the car and let's come on. Because when he gets here, Contessa got some things to say to him. And, you know, Curtis ain't even know either. He like, oh, shit, what the hell? This is what y'all brought us down here for? It's a mess. I said, yeah, I'm sorry, Curtis. But, it's about to be some mess. And can we say honestly that this is honestly some bull, just a little bit, like on the women's behalf? Because how the hell you was gonna call my man for him to come down here for me to open up a can of worms in front of everybody? Like, can we not keep our business to ourselves? I know it's a show and all, but for Christ's sake, like, you deliberately just brought him here just to watch us argue in front of all y'all. So that's the part that I think is not cool about it, you know what I'm saying? Because they can go home and they can figure this stuff out when they go talk to their counselors and they life coaches and shit. I mean, he don't need no life coach. You need to get rid of her and get him a different life coach. You know, Scott, I don't know about that one. I honestly do not like this. I almost shed a tear with her because, ooh wee. Okay, so they sit down, they go on to dinner, and everybody just like, oh, Dr. Scott, we just so happy to see you. Ooh, Dr. Scott, we so happy you're here. He like, yeah, and what? You know what I'm saying? Cecil here too, Curtis here too. Like, bitch, what's what? Where y'all husbands at? Because, you know, Damon didn't come. We know Darren, where you at, Darren? Quiet ain't got no man. Dr. Kieran ain't come. Dr. Eugene ain't come. And Carrie, man, even though I don't know if he's gonna come either or not, but basically, Heavenly pulls the band-aid off. Like, Dr. Scott, we got some questions for you, bro. And he like, excuse me? Like, how y'all go? And then, you know, Contessa's like, well, I did open up to the girls about a few things or whatnot. And he like, okay, so look, I'm gonna tell y'all this. Ain't nothing wrong with me and my marriage. I got her, she got me. Ain't that right, Contessa? Ain't that right, Contessa? I love her, she love me. I got her back, she got my back. Right, Contessa? Ain't that right, Contessa? I know her heart. She know my heart. I know that woman's heart. That I know, Contessa. Contessa, are you hearing me, Contessa? And she just over there. I'm like, no. Like, I think Lisa was really, I was in Lisa Nicole's stance. Like, wait, get my tear out the way, because this is not right. This is not right at all. Not right at all. I think Dr. Quad tried to throw in a question as well. I think Simone might have mentioned to him that he was in the hot seat. And pretty much, yeah, it's not. And then there, Toya tried to pipe up and try to add her 2 cents by saying, you know, like, well, do you really know how she feels, Dr. Scott? And like I said, he got up. He said, no, I know her heart. And y'all not gonna do this to me right now. And she ends up getting up and she says, I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry for putting y'all in this. And that's what I said. Like, why would you do this, Contessa? Woo. He like, yeah, this is just a bump in the road. Y'all tripping. Our marriage, ain't nothing wrong with our marriage. A bump in the road. A bump in the road is all he kept saying as he was walking away. And him and Contessa walked together, and everybody's kind of just like, because this is what? Like, I had to rewind that part twice. Normally, when it's good parts, I rewind it maybe 2 or 3 times just to rewind, especially a fight. Because if it's a zoop zoop, you gotta watch it like at least 4 times, because you gotta see who hit who and what connected where and where the wig go. But anyway, this ain't that show. Let's get back. All right, so you know, Dr. Scott and Contessa, they leave, and you know, he telling her like, look, I do got your back. I might not show it all the time, but I do got your back. You know what I'm saying? And basically, they decide to leave. Here at the table, Curtis is like this was kind of an ambush on him. Like, y'all just kind of ambushed him. And Quad breaks it down basically. Like, okay, well, did he tell y'all that he got a life coach that's the girl that he don't pay, and that the baby running around talking about daddy got a girlfriend? And then him and Cecil like, okay, well, nah, we didn't know that, you know what I'm saying? He ain't mentioned nothing about that when we was in the boom boom room or whatever, you know, Cecil bar, man cave. And, you know, and basically Curtis is like, look, y'all as the females got one side of the story, which is Contessa's side. Y'all gotta listen to his side. And they like, well, he didn't talk to us. He walked up, he made his choice, he just left. And it's like, well, why does he as a man want to sit up and talk about his relationship in front of all you women, right? This is Curtis. So here goes Simone. It's the bro code. Ugh. Because unfortunately, I guess she expects Cecil to tell her any and everything. You know what I'm saying? And of course Cecil gonna run back and tell her whatever he done found out. But see, he didn't know nothing, so that's why she ain't know nothing. Because then she would have went back and told Contessa. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, Contessa, you should have never, ever, ever brought this up to them. Especially to Quad and to Heavenly. Those two bitches, they get up and leave the table because they texting Contessa on the side. Like, ooh, what is we gonna do, girl? What is we gonna do? And I think maybe Jackie and a couple of them might have peeped it like, bitch, where the fuck y'all going? The food just got here, for Christ's sakes, you know what I'm saying? So they nosy asses is basically about to go and invade. I'm gonna say invade Contessa's space. Well, nah, I ain't gonna say invade because like she did invite the bitches. Sorry, but come on now, girl, this is not good. Okay, so listen, they do go and invade the doctor's space. You know what I'm saying? So they go in here, and they sit down with them. You know, they in their pajamas and shit. And at this point, Scott talking about he was asleep. And they say, okay, we're not here to invade and get into your business. But Scott, Contessa told us all these things about you, and we got her side. Now we just want your side. He's like, hey, look, Heavenly, because this is, you know, that's Quad voice. Look, I don't want to talk about this and stuff like that. Like, with y'all, for Christ's sakes. I've been talking to a dude named Kevin Johnson. He been my life coach. And Kevin Johnson? Who the fuck is Kevin Johnson? And they, you know, Contessa, do you know about this? No, I don't know what is going on. So what about the girl? You're not talking to the girl life coach? Nope. I just said some shit in the midst of our argument because I was mad and upset. So I just said whatever. So Contessa's just sitting there like, yeah, I have no idea what's going on with Scott. I'm confused. I'm just now hearing this, just like y'all just now hearing this. And now it's even more confusing. And then we flip back to the table because, you know, they're still having dinner. Oh my goodness. I'm upset that Quad is really all up in, and even Heavenly, because bitch, go home to your husband, or Quad, go get a man. Yeah, so back at the table while they're still eating, you know, the girls, Toya, like they're bringing up, well, you know what, he could be cheating, even though it's not physical, it's emotional, like I mentioned in my other video, like him talking to a female on a daily or whatever, giving all his personal to her is, you know, an emotional type of cheating, you know what I'm saying? And the men, Cecil and Curtis, you know, they're still there. And they're just trying to be, you know, they're trying to, you know, be on Curtis' side, you know what I'm saying? Be on my bro side. And we trying to, because they're trying to figure out what's going on as well, you know what I'm saying? So they're at least trying to have his back to, you know, a certain extent. Even though the girls is just breaking them, trying to break every wall that they can, thinking of all the scenarios, and all the scenarios end up to one thing, which is Dr. Scott cheating. Yeah, so in the confessional, you know, Contessa and Dr. Scott are saying that you know, they still want to work on things. But they do realize that they have a lack of trust, as Contessa was saying, and a lack of communication, as Scott was saying. And then he did end up saying trust to agree with her. Because, yeah, she don't trust you right now at this moment. I don't think, and the girls don't trust you, obviously, if they on her side. Especially with these, you know, if it's another person allegation in the air. So that's what we don't trust. That's what the girls don't trust. So, Quad and Heavenly leave the room with Scott saying, okay, y'all, I got to go. Like, I'm done. Okay, so just like I thought, the rumor train is still rolling. Heavenly is here telling Dr. Jackie, yeah, we went back to the room, you know what I'm saying? That's where we left to go do. And Dr. Scott done said that he had a man life coach instead of a woman. And Dr. Jackie like, really? We didn't know that, you know, we was just talking out the ins and, you know, the outs of everything. Here go Lanila and Quad. Ooh, I wonder what happened after we left the room, you know what I'm saying? I can just imagine. And Neela joked with Quad like, yeah, girl, because I can hear you loud and clear. You know, these walls is paper thin. And they joking, laughing. Because, you know, they was talking about that masturbation stuff like, you know, last episode or some shit. Here go Carrie walking in on Toya room. She's like, you know, my room is right next door to Dr. Scott and Dr. Contessa. And I heard some things. And Toya like, what you hear? And she like, yeah, Contessa was yelling at Scott, saying, why you got naked pictures in your phone? Who is these naked titties in your phone? Where these pictures come from, Scott? Who's sending you nudes? Who's sending you text? What? And here she said that Dr. Scott was just denying it, saying that he don't know how they got there and he don't know, it's not his. And we're like, what? Or at least they're like, what? Because, you know, they the only ones here. Don't know nobody else know just yet. So Toya's like, well, damn, this is some bullshit. So let's go down to her room and make sure she's okay. So yeah, Toya and Carrie go to Contessa room to, you know, check on her, make sure she's okay. Dr. Scott kind of peeps the you know, gets the attitude in the air. And he's like, y'all go talk to her. She in there. We all right, though. And he said, I don't want to talk to no women or whatever. No more group discussions with these girls. He goes downstairs. Curtis and Cecil at the bar. So he talks to them for some comfort, you know what I'm saying? And they're like, damn, man, like, we ain't know this was going to happen. But, you know, we on your side, basically, because they had two days a year by themselves, just cooking it all up, just adding this to the pot, adding that to the pot, throwing all this in Contessa's ear as she's spilling it all out to them, you know what I'm saying? And he's like, yeah, he's telling them how Quad and them came last night, and then now just Carrie and Toya just popped up on him. He's like, I'm done with the women thing. It's an ambush on my end. And they're like, yeah, you know, they got all Contessa's side, they ain't get your side, Scott. So what you need to do basically is, when y'all go home, I mean, working on out basically, you know what I'm saying? But it's I will say it's not looking good for Scott at all. Unfortunately, because now the world is watching. It's not just you know, just the girls in the group. It's the world. So now the world is looking at you sideways, like you might be cheating, even if you're not Dr. Scott, because he admits to maybe liking some pictures or commenting on some pictures, but he said he never engaged into talking to the actual person. The argument about the nudie pictures didn't come up necessarily in this. And like I said, Contessa, I think, is a little bit almost done as well, camera-wise, because she would not let the cameraman come in while she was talking to Toya and Carrie. but you can kind of, you know, the mics were still on, so and she's just explaining to them how, right, she's just so confused. She doesn't know what is real, what's not real. And it's really, really frustrating. It is, and it's frustrating to watch. Very frustrating to watch. Okay, so the next morning they're leaving, and Dr. Jackie asks, you know, Curtis, was it beneficial that we told y'all to bring Scott down here? And Curtis says, the way that everything went down last night and turned out, no. And I'm on Curtis' side. That was not the case. Had y'all told them, which I was bringing him for, I believe that they would have said, no, we ain't coming. Because that's like I said, no Eugene, no Damon, no Dr. Kieran, like, no, we're not coming. And then, you know, Cecil and Simone kind of talk about it as well. And I think, you know, they both are like, this wasn't it. This is not it. Okay, so they all checking out, right? Sorry, y'all, you know, snacking on some fruit. Lisa Nicole gets the bill. Yeah, he's like $600 charged for some drinks or whatever. And she like, some drinks? Let me see that. Yep, sure enough, $600 for them bottles that Quad and Heavenly and Anila took. But Anila charged it to Lisa Nicole's room. So she like, Toya's walking up behind her like, yeah, what's going on? You know, we all ready? You ready? She's like, yeah, but look at this bill. And she like, oh, I know what this is. So, you know, Toya smells the rat in the air. She go get Anila. Bitch, you gonna pay for this? No, I ain't paying for that. Well, you need to pay for this. You the one who charged this to my room? Anila like, no, bitch, you need to pay my invoice. How about that? And Lisa said, bitch, I ain't paying you nothing. And you go pay this bill, or I'm gonna call the popo, ho. And Anila like, well, call the popo. Shit, I don't give a fuck, call the popo, ho. You the one on the news. For your fake COVID clinics. And look, allegedly. Yeah, and they arguing about this. So they trying to say, well, you paid $300. She like, Leela like, no, bitch, I'm not paying shit. And she said, okay, then well, fine, I'm still calling the police. And they're like, okay, don't be a Karen. You're Carrie. Don't be a Karen. And she's like, it's the principle of the situation, Lisa Nicole. It's the principle. Oh my God, how's she gonna do this to me? It's illegal. Here, go Heavenly. Well, here. Here's like $100 or something, cause here. And she like, so was you in on it? You did this, Heavenly? Did you know? And Heavenly said, look, I didn't know nothing. The girl came down and said, drinks on me. And I took a drink. Yep. So she and Carrie said, well, I helped her pay for whatever. And she's like, here, whatever. Here, somebody take the money. And Cecil and them in the background like, oh, where's the husband for these girls? See, I told you, Curtis, we should have never came. All right, we're getting close to the end. We got Heavenly and her son on the boat that, you know, Dr. Daddy Damon done bought the family, so they're enjoying that in their lake house. And Zachary's enjoying his real estate business, you know, enjoying their life. We got Simone at home, chilling with her son. Miles is still in the house, getting on her nerves. And, you know, Michael's still off at college. We got Dr. Jackie and Cecil, you know, their marriage is good. They're enjoying their new home. And they got a podcast, so I think I'm going to have to catch that at some point if I can find it. I'll look it up. Let me see, who else we got going on. All right, so we get to the Harris house. Eugene, it looked like working fewer hours, spending more time at home with the family and the boys, which is always good. And, you know, with COVID restrictions lifting, they've been traveling, enjoying their life, right? We flip over to Lanila because she lives literally around the corner from Toya house, which Yeah, Neil's house. Woo! I must say, beautiful, beautiful. Bravo, bravo, brava. It is very beautiful. 1,400 square feet. I believe the ticket price was a cool 3 mil. Yes, 3,000,000. You know, there's a comma in there. Well, two commas in there. Yes, twice the limit of the budget, because I think they were supposed to do like 2, but they were building this from the ground up. So, you know, as things come along, more money gets spent. And hey, Quad is like, look, this is beautiful. She's showing Quad. She's the first one to see it. And she has to rag just a little bit on Toya and say, bitch, yours is better than Toya's. And so, if anybody can remember, way back when, I think sometime last year, in the blogs, I can't remember the time or the place or where. I try not to feed into them too much because I watch the show, so I don't want to know everything, but they put their house on the market, the Harrises, Toya and Eugene. And everybody was wondering, like, why are they putting their house up? They just built this house. They only been living in it a year. So why would she get rid of this home, her dream home with her 2-story closet, her pool that she had to, you know, take a loan out allegedly from the bank to get that? And the producers say, hey, so what's going on with the house? Why are you guys selling it? And Eugene and her look at each other, and Eugene says, we're not going to talk about that. So we never got the house thing going. Maybe at the reunion, I know Andy is going to ask it. Please, Andy, please ask them about this house, because we all, the inquiring minds want to know, okay? From there to the here to the for the nows, okay? We need to know. Okay, so we're winding out the episode with Quad. I don't even know why she has to get in here, but live her single life, you know, big booty, real or not, having fun, living her life. Boom, Quad, have fun. Dr. Scott, Dr. Tessa, of course, Contessa, of course we gotta save them for last. What are they doing? Having a good old family time. Taking vacations on the beach. Woo, family love. The kids is just fine. Since leaving the island, the Jekyll Island, Contessa says she still don't know if Scott has a life coach or not. And Dr. Scott says everything is fine. Then, you know, producers, they always got to be a little messy. And they go and they ask, you know, like Anila and Dr. Simone, like, so what do y'all think about the Instagram post that y'all seen or whatever? And Heavenly, like, I think that they still got problems and they just trying to play it up to the, you know, play it up for the world. But it's confusing. Simone says, hey, I don't know what's going on. They look good. They look like they're having fun. We a little baffled. We confused. Anila, yeah, I'm confused. I don't know what's going on. They look happy, right? So, I guess we just ended like this. Married to Medicine season finale of the season 8. We are going to do reunions. I think it's, 2 or 3? I can't remember if it was 2 or 3. And I think we're going to get down to some open, like, I feel like there's a lot of empty plot holes in this situation. Like I said, COVID messed up a few things, but not just this show. I think Housewives was a little messed up because of COVID as well. But hey, we're going to get back to it. We'll get back on it. Hopefully, like I said, the reunion gives us some answers that we need about Dr. Scott. And then these friendships that Toya got going on, because she was mainly beefing with everybody. And then what's going on with Simone and Dr. Jackie. Come on, doctor sisters, because you know y'all, you guys are our doctor sisters, and we want you guys to prosper, be friends forever, you know. So, anyway, thanks for watching, y'all. Married to Medicine finale, season 8.